assembled them together, and he says, who among them can declare this and show us the former things? They've been asked to merely explain the past, not tell the future things, not predict what will happen, but to look at the past and explain, why did these things happen? Pull out a history book, read a history book. That should be pretty straightforward, shouldn't it? And yet, even world history doesn't make sense without faith, that they're unable to even understand the past. And I want to give you a personal example of this. When I graduated high school, it was, to that point in my life, one of the happiest nights of my life, which might show you how boring my life was, or maybe you go with it. And it was an exciting night. It was a fun night. I was on top of the world. The next morning, my dad woke me up to say he was leaving my mother. That was it. I spent to that moment, how old was I in 1999? I was almost 19. I'd spent 19 years of my life in one house, and that was the last time I would see my father in the house of my youth. The next 12 months for me were absolutely miserable. They were so miserable that on 3 occasions I sat down with a psychiatrist or whatever the other one is, and explained my life, said I'm miserable, and I had them look at me and they said things like, you're the most well-adjusted young man I've ever met. You should be fine. In fact, the last time I went to them, they said, why are you here? I said to them, because I'm miserable. They said, you're fine. It was a wasted year, right? It was a pointless year. The world would look at that year and say, what's wrong with you? In fact, that's what the world did. They said, what's wrong with you? It's not your fault. I was going to community college. In fact, I was being paid to go to community college because they gave me 2 scholarships, made $500 every semester just for showing up. Life was easy, had a job, had money for the first time, had my first job, which means I had my own money, so on and so forth. I had it easy, and I was miserable. The world cannot explain why any of that happened. What ended the misery? The Lord Jesus Christ.